Hey guys, next we're going to go ahead and create the credit list, which has all the information. So we're going to hover over, choose a sprite, click on the paint tool. We're going to go ahead and rename this credit list. And now this is where we're going to use our text tool and just start writing out the list that we want to go ahead and use. So I'm going to go ahead and use it for artwork. I can add a semicolon. And again, if I didn't make any of the artwork, I can just at least type in Google or type in images found on Google, sound. If I only use stuff from Scratch, I can type in Scratch. If I use stuff from YouTube, I can type in YouTube. Then if I can go ahead and write code, I can go ahead and write my name. And then anything else that you guys want to give credit to, that's up to you what you guys want to go ahead and add. So I'm going to go ahead and at the very bottom, this is the last thing you want to do. You want to make sure that this says continue so that the player is more likely to click it and then it'll send us back. So now that I'm done with this and I'm happy with it, I'm going to go ahead and use my select tool. I'm going to go ahead and make this a little bit bigger. I'm going to position it exactly where I want it to be. I'm going to change this X to 0 for right now, just so that I can see it in the center. And my Y, I'm going to place it as 0 too. So that looks good. I might even put the continue more on the side. Okay. So once I'm happy with that, again, you guys can do more than this. I'm just doing just quick little work so you guys can see what type of information you want to have here. But take your time really changing the color, adding outline, a shadow. If you want to make a nice box over it, you can do that too. That doesn't really matter. Any way that you guys want to go ahead and really create this and make it your own, that's up to you. But once you're done, we're going to go ahead and go to the code tab. And then we're going to go ahead and start this code by going to the yellow events tab. Using when green flag is clicked, I'm going to go into looks and I'm going to hide it. Then in the blue motions tab, I'm going to add a go to X and Y. The X is going to be negative. Actually, yeah, let's change the X to negative 400. Then to make it into a button, we're going to go back to the yellow events tab. Use when this sprite is clicked. We're going to go ahead and broadcast show menu. Then we're going to go into the blue motions tab and add a glide 1, which we're going to change to 0.1. The X we're going to change to 400. The Y we're going to leave at 0. Then we're going to go into looks and hide it. And then we want to make sure that it begins at the same spot. So we're going to just duplicate this go to X, negative 400, Y 0 at the bottom. The last thing we want to go ahead and do is on the yellow events tab, we're going to add a when I receive credit. We're going to go into looks and we're going to show, go to front layer. And then inside the blue motions tab, we're going to glide seconds to X and Y. The 1 is going to be 0.1. The X is going to be 0 and the Y is going to be 0. So we can go ahead and test all these things out just to make sure it's working. So when I click on my green flag, you can see my credits appear. I'm going to go ahead and click on it. You can see my credit list appears so I can see everything. I can click on continue. And I can see my credits are back. So everything is working the way that I want. The next thing we're going to do is create the same thing, but this time for a how to play so that players can get instructions.